I'm going to give some commentary on the so-called tampered Obama birth certificate. You can download this PDF from the White House site, and when you open it in Illustrator, as you probably know by now, you see these layers. So here's a PDF, and if you look at it in Illustrator, you can see it basically blinks. It consists of different layers. I'm going to show you how this works and how you can make your own certificate like this, how it's done. Do these layers mean that the text was tampered with, or is there maybe a much simpler answer? I thought there might be a simpler answer, something technical, because a lot of these so-called tamperings, they just don't make sense. If you look at the sentence, name of hospital or institution, if not a hospital or institution, give street address, you will see the way it blinks, the way it consists of different layers. It's basically this. So how does that make sense as a forgery? Maybe it makes sense as just something that happens in some kind of scanning or image processing. So I decided to try if I could create a similar apparently tampered document from something that I know is a real and true and not tampered document. Now this is also a birth certificate. It's not from 1961, it's from 1970. It's not from Hawaii, it's from Germany. But it does have all of that typewritten old school stuff, and it's a simple TIFF file right now. There's really just nothing in it. It's here in full size. You can see all of the crummy scan resolution and old stamps and stuff. And so I wanted to find out what happens when I try to process this in a way it might be processed in some kind of office environment. So for instance, if we turn away from Obama and just open this birth certificate of a completely unimportant guy in Acrobat, so this is just the TIFF file, I'm going to use something I never use. This is called optimize a scanned file. I'm just going to use all the defaults like some office guy might do. So it's performing some magic now. And now I'm going to save this file. And this is going to be my tampered PDF. Okay. And now I'm going to see that I'll open that tampered PDF in Illustrator. Here we go. What about layers? Jesus, look at that. There's just like tons of layers. And if I look at some of those layers, could this be like tampered? Look at the date. Do you see that? I'll zoom in a bit. Here. Look at that. The date. Doesn't it look like somebody added it later on? Might this be the answer to some of that tampering? Look at the checkbox. Was that really checked originally? Or did someone tamper with it? Now I'll give you a real explanation. This stuff here is gray, and that's much harder black. It gets separated automatically into different layers by optimizing scans in Adobe. So I guess the answer has to be this is just an effect of using Adobe. Get a trial of Adobe Creative Suite from the Adobe website. You could try it yourself. I'm afraid probably Obama is not a space lizard, and neither am I. And there's just not really very much to this whole discussion.